Miss Jayda Cheaves has launched her beauty line, which
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the girls because she is a serial fucking entrepreneur.
Hustler.
Serial hustler, if you will. Like going from being a teenager, selling hair, making your name, then kind of doing the whole socialite thing, then with the clothing to now beauty. I can't hate on it because it's just like this is what we supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
Like
she
getting
did
into
have a
all these
lip
different
gloss line
spaces.
back in the day. She had a lip gloss line back in the day, and I definitely had a lip gloss. It was actually a really good gloss.
Yeah, so now she's relaunched, and I guess there is discourse about the pricing of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
That there's discourse about the price. So the price point of the actual lip kit is what, about $60. And to my knowledge, the kit comes with a liner and two lip products, like a gloss, like a pigmented gloss, and what, another gloss?
Yep, like a gloss, like lip oil type thing.
Okay, so pretty much Jada's signature lip. She always has
Mm-hmm.
on a brown lip liner and a very nudie, milky kind of lipstick or lip gloss, shall say. So after shipping, handling, all the fees, it's going to run you about $72, $73
Yep.
for the product.
Some people more,
Now,
depending on where you live for
yes,
shipping.
because like if you're shipping to Hawaii, they always have higher shipping.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is, especially if it's not a flat rate amount, if they're doing it based on address, which a lot of companies do, because I think a lot of people don't understand that companies eat the cost of shipping a lot.
Yeah.
Because it really does not cost $4.99, $7.99 to ship a whole box of stuff across the country. It may cost them $40 to do that, but to you, you're going to get a cheaper price because
Mm-hmm.
if y'all a consumer like me, them shipping prices, I don't know what it is about shipping, but I'm like $12. Oh hell, I will have a cart full of shit like 12 extra dollars. No, absolutely not. There's no
The
free shipping,
shipping will make me not purchase a
not
product,
purchased. And I don't
and
know
I don't know
what
what
that
that
is,
is.
but which I will not purchase.
Yeah, that is for surely a thing.
What Keith Lee said, for sure you're right on. I
For
won't
sure,
be
you're
doing
right
that.
on,
For
and
sure
I
you're right.
won't.
I won't be purchasing that. Like, I don't know what it is about shipping, but that number really will fuck up a purchase. And
Hell yeah,
also,
because
if you tell me I can get free shipping by spending a set amount of money, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get free shipping. So if I need to spend $60 on a product, I'm going to spend $60 and so I can ship it for free. I don't know. It's girl math. It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense.
definitely girl math, and the girls that get it, and the ones that don't is probably a man. So mind your business. It's not for your consumption right now.
But yeah, so a lot of the discourse is just about the cost of the product.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a consumer, I wholeheartedly understand, but I think we have a unique perspective being that we have also been in the cosmetic space. So we know really what the cost of manufacturing products actually is and how the business side of it works and how much products you really need to sell in order to make money. So for those of y'all who don't know, when you're starting a cosmetics line, none of these brands are making their products. Whenever like they're not in the lab formulating like, oh, 25% of this,
Mm-mm.
25%. That's not how makeup works.
The only people that I can say probably started off doing that are the girlies who started off with just those like clear lip gloss lines that had like sparkles, iridescence, things like that. Like I do
Yes,
know one girl.
those
Yeah.
you can do at home and make your own stuff. But even that, the base of that product comes pre-made. You buy
Yes.
that from a manufacturer. So the base, so if they can't control if it's overly sticky, overly oily, they can't control it. The only thing that you can really control is the shades, if it has any scent, you can control that.
Yeah. You can manipulate a couple things, but it's
But you
factory made, baby.
really
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
all factory made. It's all made by manufacturers, different labs across the globe. That is how even your big major brands like this is my favorite concealer, they did not make this concealer like the base. They didn't make that.
Right.
A manufacturer said, hey, this is the technology we have. These are the formulas. Y'all can tweak it to make it what you want, but this is essentially what we got.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, a lot of that comes with a price. If you're using a more advanced technology, obviously those things come at a bigger cost, and also the startup costs for making. So logos, packaging, all of those things are startup costs. They're most times they're a one-time fee. So a lot of times you'll pay what you pay initially from your manufacturer, whoever is you're getting your products from. You're only going to pay a lot of these costs once outside of what the actual product is, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
At some point, yes, that cost, everything gets passed along to the customer. Every single dollar gets passed along to the customer. That's how businesses make money. That is
Hmm.
nobody. If I'm eating every cost, then I'm not making no money, honey.
There's no profit.
And that's dumb. Now, looking at the products themselves, there are a couple things that I noticed about it that I'm like, I personally would not pay just base product. I would not pay $60 for it.
Okay, let's get into
How
it. What are those
and
things?
so most brands do what's called white labeling, especially most startup brands. They do what's called white labeling. It's a product that's already made. You cannot tweak the formula. You can do the colors, you can do the packaging, you can do those things. So basically, you're just slapping your label on a product that's already made. So your product, the other girl's product down the street, all of y'all can have the exact same products, but your packaging is just going to be different. Most
I.e.,
brands
Kylie
do that.
Cosmetics and ColourPop Cosmetics back in that
Yes.
era, same factory.
Same same factory, same thing. This is just white labeling. That's why the formulas are exactly the same. The pencils are exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same because this is what that manufacturer does. Everything is start to finish exactly the same. Usually what they'll do is they'll send you a big pamphlet of all the things that they carry, all the different products that they make. There you go. You pick from the color range that they have. You do that. Now, sometimes you can do, like I say, you can do a little bit extra where you can mix your own colors. But for the most part, people just jumping off the porch, starting out the gate, you're just going to do white labeling. You're just going to take what they have, use the color selection. You may order a few samples to make sure you like it. And it's, it's the quality that you're expecting that you want to put out. And then you put the product out.
Yep. Now, granted, I don't know Jada business. Okay, Jada Amore, Jada she what is her last name anyway? I don't know
Cheaves.
her or Cheaves. There we go, Jada Cheaves. I don't know Miss Jada Cheaves. However, just off of first glance and have been in that space, her product definitely gives this is not my own factory made invented thing. This it gives white labeling, private labeling, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But just to get to the basis of what we're trying to say is I don't feel like at that point you're paying for the name. You're not paying for the product. Prime example, right? Like Teray said, we had a beauty brand literally. Here's our lip kit, which we called the Kiss Kit. Okay. Very
Shadows.
similar
Like,
eyeshadows, very similar to what you know is being put out by Miss Wada. Okay, lip liner, lipstick, very similar. So we know how much this can run you, and
yes.
I feel like sometimes I still might spend the coin, even though I know not it's not given. This is what it costs. I still might spend the coin just to support and just because I don't know. I just want to. I want to treat myself and I want to support a black owned business. But sometimes it's just like, all right, you really head cracking with this price point. But like I said, you're paying for the name, you're paying for the popularity. The product, I'm sure, is good, but there are so many drugstore brand products that are just as good that sometimes the price point can't be justified. Just being honest.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like we
yeah.
spend money on shit all the time. And it's
Yeah.
not necessary, it's not a means to say like, oh, you shouldn't buy it. Because you could spend $60 at Mac. Shit, you could spend $60 at Mac and buy one product.
Hello. You can.
You could spend, like their lip liners at Mac are 22 or $24. I think they're
Mm-hmm.
$24 now. They used to be 22. I think
Yeah.
they're
I think they're
24.
20. Mm-hmm.
But they're $24. So a $24 lip liner it's a costly thing, especially if you look at the market in general. But there's certain things with MAC products that you just know that you're gonna get. And I think for me, that's a lot of the things with brands, and even with our brand, we're in the same boat. When you're putting out a product strictly online,
Mm-hmm.
and especially cosmetics, you can't really return it per se. You're gonna return it to the person who sold it to you, and they have to throw it away. You can't resell it. So a lot of companies don't take returns at all, because why am I letting you return it? Something I have to just throw away. Just throw it out.
Right. Right.
But maybe, like, people want their money back. But I get that. For small businesses, nah, we ain't taking no returns, because we have to make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could literally, when you're having, especially in a smaller business, which I don't think Jada's going to have that problem with a smaller business, you have to sell your product. You got to make money, and you need the money you're making from the product in order to buy more.
Mm-hmm. You got to re-up. It's a
And these
hustle.
companies have minimums, and sometimes the minimum is not 5, 10. It's not small amounts. Sometimes they're like, okay, you need to order 100
Mm-hmm.
is our minimum order. So I gotta have the money to replace the product.
Because to even put it into production, you have to be ordering a certain amount. You can't order 20 lip kits and that's it. Like, no.
No, you have to order a good portion of product
A real
in order
cute
to be able
one.
to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you gotta put your money where your mouth is in order to do that. So my only issue, like I said, same issue that we face, is when you have a product that's solely online, the quality is it's an unknown thing. So do I want to spend $72.55 after tax, shipping, and everything for some shit I'm not guaranteed to like?
I hate
That
blind buying.
I don't like blind buying thing. I don't like blind buying fragrances. I don't like blind buying. So I think that's kind of what for me, that would be the thing that would kind of be like, ooh, I might not, I might not buy it, because what if I don't like it? Now I just wasted damn near $100.
Right. And for example, like I would blind buy something off of, let's say, a Sephora, Ulta, or a bigger company because I know I can go ahead and get my money back or
Yes, I
figure
can go and
out,
return it.
yeah, if this doesn't work for me, then cool. Or I can get me a sample. I can go, do what I need to do to see if this
Yeah,
is worth the purchase.
the full
Um,
dollar amount.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that that's really just the issue with it, is like, I don't want to spend that kind of money on something that it's not guaranteed to me.
Yeah. I will say that everyone that I've seen try the lip kit, it looks good on. White girls, black girls, Hispanic girls, light skin, dark skin. It looks good on everyone. But I don't know. I'm still just a little hesitant. I definitely want to see what else she's going to put out and what else she's going to do. Because I do think she puts out good product and I do think she's a good businesswoman. I've definitely ordered some Wait a Min couple times and I've never been disappointed with my purchase. So sometimes you might just have to take that little leap of faith, you know? But listen, $60 might be a little lot for a smaller brand that you may not know if the product is going to be good for you, or if you'll like it, or if
Yes.
you don't like it, will you get your money back?
Yeah. I would be willing to buy, if I could buy the product separately and I could just get the gloss by itself,
Mm-hmm. Just
I
to
would do
see
it.
it out first
Just
and
to
then be
see
like,
it, I'm like,
okay.
okay, I can start with just the gloss, because even like for lip liners, I have a thing with lip liners. I particularly don't like certain components of lip liners. I prefer the solid pencil versus the plastic containers. It's
Mm-hmm.
just what I prefer, because I feel like from my experience, any ones that typically come in the plastic containers, I feel like they break easily, and then you're out of product, and the product doesn't go from the top to the bottom. Whereas within a pencil, you could sharpen that bitch to the nub, and there's still product there. So even
And
with MAC, I'm getting my $24 worth. These liners are going to last me forever,
also
forever.
because the creamier the liner, I feel like, in my personal opinion, they don't last on my lips as much. Like I
Yeah,
have to continuously
put it on, put it on, put
reapply.
it on, put it on,
Yeah.
put it on. every single time. It's like when I just want to touch up my lip gloss, now I have to do a whole lip all over again. Or I got to go in the bathroom, I got to wipe it fully off, start over because now it's bleeding. It's doing a whole bunch of shit that I didn't intend for it to do
Yeah.
when I left the house this morning. So yeah, those are things in the beauty space where it's like, I don't know. So
Mhm.
I probably won't be purchasing the first batch of products, but I'm interested to see what else she comes out with. Now, if
Yeah.
she does come to a point where she starts to separate and now we're carrying individuals, then sure, I
Mhm.
don't mind if we breaking up the price. If it's $20 per thing, I wouldn't mind, I've wasted $20 on much more frivolous things.
Sure have. I have.
I
Beauty
probably
products
wasted
included.
$20 yesterday. So
Yeah.
So, yes, it's not about, like, bashing her brand or just being like, "Oh, no," whatever. Because hey, I'm here for what she does. She knows her market, she knows her fan base, she knows how to
Mhm.
market, and I think that she don't get enough credit for that. Because
I
there's some
agree.
other people that get hella credit for giving us mediocre bullshit
Mhm.
consistently. And I will say, when there were issues with some of the items when Wait a Minute first came out, Jada was
Mhm.
definitely personally herself working to remedy any of the issues.
Absolutely.
And
And
I
I
feel like
actually
that
enjoyed
speaks
seeing that process too.
yeah, I think that that speaks volumes. It's just like, okay, you clearly aren't here to scam people out of their money and just do a lot of bullshit, shady bullshit. You actually care about your brand, you care about your customers and realize that they are spending their hard-earned money with you. So yeah, you should be delivering a good product. The
Agreed.
shipping should be good. The customer service should be good.
Mhm. And
All
that
of
is
those
something
things.
I think she does well.
Yes. So I'm like, hey, shout out to her for continuously one reinventing herself
Mhm.
and continuing to do different things and give her audience what they want
Yeah, because it's definitely not easy. I mean, obviously it helps that she's already built her she
her
has a name for
following.
herself and her
Yes.
following. So like when you have a following like that, you can sell air to the damn I don't even know who need air, all of us. But you could sell anything, okay? When you have that type of following. But
Right.
I do like how she does make it her business to put out good products and if there's an issue addressing the issue.
Right. So I love that. So everything is about being able to take lessons, grow, and I love that part. And I'm very excited for her brand.
Mhm. And
So
I
so
would
don't
say
take
it
anything
is
like that I'm saying as
yeah.
a negative because there are plenty of brands that I like their brand and I don't buy a ton of products. Like I may have one or two products.
Mhm.
I like it,
I like
but
what I
doesn't
like
mean that
from them. Yeah.
I like what I like from them. It doesn't mean that
Mhm.
I have to buy every single thing that they put out or I don't fuck with it. No.
Mhm.
Or sometimes brands will come out with things like House Labs came out and I am a Lady Gaga fanatic.
Love the Gogs.
Like Lady Gaga down, Little Monster, that's me. But when House Labs originally released on Amazon, for those who don't remember, I didn't buy anything.
Me either. I wasn't
Even
mm-mm.
when they rebranded, came to Sephora, it took me a while to buy the foundation. Once I actually bought it, I love it. Now I have a foundation. Now I have a blush. Now I have some lip glosses. It took me a minute to I bought a couple testers. Well, not, I didn't buy. I got a couple samples and I wore it for a little bit like, do I like this? Do I not like this? Is this going to work for me? Does it not?
Mhm.
And then when I was like, okay, I actually do like this. I wore it a couple times. Then I bought it. Bought a full size. So you don't have to just buy shit just right away to be like, oh, you don't support if you don't do that.
Right. I agree.
And
I
I'm also
agree.
saying that she should change her price point. If you think that this is the price and this is the price that your product is worth, then by all means, charge that price. The people who will buy it.
Mhm.
And and that's it.
Definitely agree.